Good afternoon, it's Ryan. It's time to go for a drive through Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg to check out what's new in the Smokies for the month of July. We'll be covering a number of Independence Day celebrations, from tips on where to watch the parade, the drone show, and some different fireworks that are occurring here this month. And we'll be checking out other restaurants and attractions that have just opened up or will be opening soon. You can enjoy a free event at the island in Pigeon Forge where dinosaurs have taken over. And if we head over to the Aquarium in Gatlinburg, we'll be talking about a brand new dragon exhibit that's kicking off this month. We'll also talk about ways that you can beat the heat this July, be it in the water or going into one of our different caverns that you can enjoy that are nice and cool. So I'll do my best to cover all of this and much more. If you could do us a big favor and simply like the video, it's a great way to support our channel, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any future updates. All right, without further ado, let the adventure begin. So as we leave the Buc-ee's here at exit 407, I don't see anything going on at the 407 Gateway to Adventure area, which we've talked about numerous times before. Should be similar to the island in Pigeon Forge with some different shops and restaurants. I know they were aiming for this fall to get some things up and running, but they're gonna have to pick up the pace to get things open up in the fall at this point. There is a giant fireworks store over here to the right. There's some more that will be passing as we go down the road here towards Pigeon Forge. When it comes to weather for the month of July, Pigeon Forge has a high average of 86 degrees and a low of 64 degrees. They also project about 12 days of rain in the forecast. We'll talk about crowds here in just a second, but let me pull over just past the Smoky Mountain Knife Works store, and let's see if this distillery ever did open. On the left next to Bud's Gun Shop and Range. I think their goal was to open even as far back as November, but I don't see anybody inside, so maybe next month? I'm not sure. There's a little bit more merchandise, it looks like, on the inside from what I can see, but it's not open right now. Right here next to Bud's. Let's go down this little side road. I know they've been working on these little apartments, and looks like they're getting close to having these complete. As I turn onto Boyd's Creek across the street, the Weigel's gas station is making some pretty good progress. They're actually just about finished with one over near Dollywood. They put it up really quick. As we pass by Cavender's Boot City and the scenic helicopter tours, flea market, not a whole lot has changed in this area of town. I mentioned last month the Hometown Hero subs that opened up over here on the right. In last month's video, I go inside and kind of talk about some of the specials they run throughout the week. If you're looking for a good locally owned sub shop. One way to beat the heat this summer is at Smoky Mountain over here to the right. You can go throughout the month of July, and I can always tell how busy it is based on the line for the edge. How many green tubes I see on the stairs over here. So it looks like about a moderate day, about an hour into the park being open. They're still working on the Chase Bank over here on the right in front of the Target, right next to the Panda Express. I'm gonna go past the Lowe's on the right. I'm gonna go up here towards the Home Depot on the left and check out the progress on the BJ's Wholesale Club that they're building. As I'm waiting for the light to change, I can read the oil change sign over here to the right, which says, "He who is without oil shall throw the first rod." Oilations 5W30, only in the South. Only in the South. So that's something this Cybertruck driver right here doesn't have to worry about. So let's go up past the Golden Corral and come up here to where this Home Depot is. I see some guys leaving for lunch break. Let's go ask if they know an approximate opening date. So I just checked with some of the guys working on the project. They said it should be around late November, December when they open up this BJ's Wholesale Club. You can see they have the garage over here for any of their car services, tires. Let me walk down here and get a better look at the front real quick. You can see their gas station over to the left and their front entrance. I'm really excited for this to open up as we travel out to Knox County to go to Costco and Sam's Club. It's gonna be really nice to have a membership club here in Sevier County for the first time. We had a BJ's Wholesale Club membership when we lived back in Tampa, Florida. I think I liked it a little bit better than Sam's Club. It offered some more organic options. So I'm excited to come back here when they do officially open again sometime in late November or December. I'll do a little tour video to show you everything that they have on the inside, help you determine, do you want to get a membership to stock up on stuff as you're coming in and out of the Smokies. BJ's Wholesale Club typically always has some pretty good prices on gases. So between here and Buc-ee's that we were at earlier, I'm a big fan of competition to drive down prices for us as consumers. So they're welcome to battle out to push gas prices as low as they can get it. That works for me. So let's head towards downtown Sevierville real quick. It looks like there's still nothing going in the old muscle car museum over here to the right that's been shut down for some time now. Let's take a right here on Court Street. The Central Coffee on the corner here that we passed. Red's Soda Fountain and Ice Cream is a great place to come get a cool treat this hot July, but this is just a great little downtown area. I just wanted to drive through real quick. Lots of little coffee shops, restaurants. You got the Dolly Parton statue over here to the right. We got Pinchy's Seafood up on the left, as well as the Pines Theater, which was one of the first places that Dolly performed, one of her first paid gigs. Passing by Gray's Burgers and Buffalo Breakfast Co. Nothing necessarily brand new, just wanted to go for a quick drive through downtown. As we turn onto Main Street, there are two restaurants and a Cavern I want to point out down the road here. So we pass by Holston's Kitchen, which is a great place to get lunch or dinner. Coming up on the left here, you got Andy's Frozen Custard. It is a family favorite of ours. Right next to Andy's, they are working on a Culver's, which also has frozen custard, some butter burgers, French fries, chicken fingers, a couple different things. You'll have the option to get custard here at Andy's and Culver's right here on this corner in Sevierville soon. Don't know exactly when it will open, but we'll come by and try out the Culver's once it does. So from the new Culver's, we're gonna go past Veterans Boulevard. We'll come back down this road and head towards Dollywood. In just a little bit, I wanna show you one other place that's opening up here on the left and another great option for you to stay cool this summer on a good family activity down the road here. So if we go past the Walmart neighborhood market on the right and Sevier County High School, which is where Dolly Parton went to high school, on the left here, we gotta go just a little bit further. And if we come over to this corner where this Walgreens and Weigel's is, they're supposed to be putting in a new pirate-themed restaurant over here on the left. So apparently it's an Arby's. Apparently pirates like roast beef sandwiches. I always thought they liked fried chicken and like the soup and biscuit, what I always thought pirates ate, but I mean, the parking lot looks pretty decent. I would assume a pirate could fit their favorite mode of transportation over here, which would be an RV. All right, seriously, we gotta get going. All I know is I feel pretty bad for the mail delivery person who has to put mail in this mailbox. That's a bit of a challenge. So from the new Arby's, we're gonna take a left and go down Dolly Parton Parkway and head towards Bush's Beans. I want to show you a cavern real quick. It's actually a beautiful drive out in this direction alongside English Mountain. And we're looking for this turn right up here, which will get us to where we're heading to. It is Blowing Cave Road. There was a little sign, you might miss it, that says to take a right to get to Forbidden Caverns. And something else I wanted to show you on the way to Forbidden Caverns is this old store and mill that they're working on. I'm not sure exactly when they plan to open it, but it's got a lot of classic signs and different things. So it's looking pretty good. So we'll have to come back and check that out once they officially open up and see what they're doing there. So we can head to Forbidden Caverns right down this road. If you do come to Forbidden Caverns, you can grab lunch or early dinner over here at the English Mountain Trout Farm this July. So you can come over here and catch your own trout, and they'll cook it up for you on the spot. You can use a fishing pole, or you can cheat like this guy and use a cast net and get a whole bunch at once. They do supply a number of different restaurants like the Old Mill and Chesapeake's and different places around town. So I think that's what he's doing right now, is getting a big batch to send over to a local restaurant. Got one. Oh, there you go. Now you got a bunch. Nicely done. They do have a number of trees back here so you can get in the shade, and they've added this little pavilion that you can sit under on a hot summer day to enjoy your catch here at the English Mountain Trout Farm. So here's a quick look at the menu. Basically, it's $5 per person who is fishing, and if they cook up the trout for you with 2 sides, it comes out to $24.99. So if you have some kids or grandkids, it's a great stop before or after our next stop. We keep driving down the road from the English Mountain Trout Farm. We eventually run into the Forbidden Caverns. The entrance is to the right. We're gonna park over here real quick. As we're walking up, I just want to point out they have a very well shaded picnic area up under the tree canopy here. I have Daryl and CJ here with Forbidden Caverns. They're going to tell us a little bit about how the cavern works.
Well, here at Forbidden Caverns, you go on a half-of-a-mile tour of our underground cave. We opened up in 1967. We're one of the longest running tours here in Sevier County.
So CJ, if it's 100 degrees out here in Sevierville on a hot July day, how cool should I expect it to be down into the cave?
All right, so this is the perfect place to come if it's a hot day, because the cave is actually 58 degrees year round. And this place is suitable for almost any kind of family member you got. I mean, there are some that might have a hard time with, mobility issues and stuff, but kids of all ages love this place. Like I say, it's 58 degrees year round down there. Great for the entire family. I highly recommend.
Well, it's been pretty hot, so 58 degrees sounds fantastic right now. Appreciate you guys' time. Oh, one last question. Real quick, how does it work with the pricing? How much is it for a family to come down here?
Adults are $25, children 12 and under are $15, and children 4 and under are free.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for your time. Hopefully we'll be back soon. You can come to Forbidden Caverns throughout the month of July, every day except Thursdays and Sundays, as they're closed. And as the name implies, and Beast once said,
it's forbidden.
But any other day, you're welcome to come here, cool off, get out of the rain, get out of the sun, and go on a little tour down into the cavern. So let's continue our tour back into town. Let's go past the giant furniture store and take a left up here on Veterans. Coming up to Diggin' Zone Theme Park on the left here. Something unique that you can do if you're coming to the Smokies this July. You can actually get the kids on some of the different equipment that they're able to operate. So they have added some shade while you're waiting to get on some of the different vehicles. Let's take a ride on Collier real quick and head back on to the main parkway. I don't think we're gonna make the light as we're in between Roma Table and Quaker Steak. Come on, we can make it, we can make it. See if we can make it. Come on. And we made it. All right, so we go past Walmart and Chick-fil-A, back onto the main parkway. If you go to SkyLand Ranch this July, you can enjoy their Star Spangled Summer Festival. Lots of red, white, and blue, some different shows, and some new food that you can enjoy throughout the month of July up at the top of SkyLand Ranch, along with their new tower swing, which we did a video highlighting what that is. It is up there pretty high. It's the tallest in Tennessee. So if you're an adventurous type looking for something different and new to do, that is part of admission to SkyLand Ranch. So you can go visit the animals, watch some shows. So as we pass by Apple Valley Road, I think there's some construction going on at the old Pigeon Forge Welcome Center. It's just past the bridge, and you can see they've got some construction on the side of the building. Looks like they're working on some stuff on the inside. So it's my understanding they're converting this Welcome Center to a Ripley's Illusion Lab. We visited the Ripley's Illusion Lab in Myrtle Beach, so we'll keep an eye on the progress. Next, we come to the Crayola and Nerf experience and a school bus driving by. But thanks to Sarah, who emailed Crayola, she asked them basically, is this thing still gonna happen? What's going on? Crayola responded, we're currently working on developing the project, although the development of the Pigeon Forge attraction is behind schedule. It is anticipated to open by the end of the year. Stay tuned. And then sign the email colorfully, Cindy. So Cindy says it's still happening. I mean, I've lost hope, but this email injected a little bit of life that it still could happen. This year, I don't know. Maybe that's their goal. Maybe it's spring 2026, if I were to guess, if they are gonna move the project forward, because I see nobody out here working at the moment. Nothing different on the inside from what I can see. So we'll see if the project does actually happen and you get a half Crayola experience, half Nerf experience. Maybe they tried to take Crayola crowns, put them in Nerf guns, and that was a big disaster, and they're trying to recover from that or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's go. So a big thanks to Sarah and all of you guys who sometimes just give me a little heads up in the comments section about, hey, check this out or check that out. I really do appreciate it. I try to read all the comments and giving me a little insight as to, hey, you might want to go over here and check this out for the monthly videos. It actually is very helpful, and I do appreciate when you guys kind of help out in that way. So thank you all who have ever done that. Thank you so much. So let's go past Wonderworks, Hatfield McCoy's, Beyond the Lens, and the Titanic up here on the right, which are all good indoor activities you can do on a really hot or a rainy day this July. And in fact, we did a updated tour of the Titanic Museum over here on the right recently on our channel, where we check out some new things that they've added that are there for a limited time, something that actually no one has ever seen that were on board the Titanic. And as the day is going on, the crowds are picking up, and when it comes to July crowds, it's just one of the more busier months, especially around Independence Day. There are no car shows on the schedule for July. You will get some in August. It's like August 15th and 16th is a Bronco car show. And then August 21st to the 23rd is the Jeep Invasion. So no car shows you have to worry about July. Just a lot of families on vacation with kids out of school. So there's not a whole lot you can do with the summer crowds. I would take a left here on Teesler Lane, but I'm gonna go up a little further to get up to our next stop. I want to go down on Wares Valley Road. As we pass by the Lumberjack Square, where you have the Paula Deen Dinner Show, there is also a movie theater back there, The Forge, and they do have a number of free summer movies. In addition to their free movies, you can catch some of the new movies, like if you wanted to go catch the new Jurassic World, the new Superman, or the new Fantastic Four. They should also be there. I do like the theater up by Quaker Steak and Lube up by the Walmart a little bit better. I wanted to take you on a quick drive down Wares Valley Road here. I noticed two things being built. I wanted to stop and get a closer look at to see if we can figure out what they're building. And our first stop is up here on the right, next to this Dollar General, which is either going to be a burger place called Small's Sliders, is what a lot of people think, or a very interesting Airbnb. Let me see if anybody knows at the Dollar General. Nobody in the store. I don't think anyone's in this Dollar General. So the very kind employees at Dollar General weren't really sure what's going on with these orange containers next door, as they were just assuming it's some kind of odd Airbnb right here along the side of the road in Wares Valley. But a lot of people said it should be a Small's Sliders. Here's a picture of what a Small's Sliders looks like. So I don't know. What do you think? Airbnb, Smalls? So if you ever gain any insight on what these are, let me know. So from the Dollar General and these orange containers, our next stop is right up here on the right, across from the Alpine coaster. They are working on what I've been told is a Sawyer's, a second location. So we've actually never been to Sawyer's on the main parkway in Pigeon Forge, so not sure exactly when this will open, but I'll try to do an update on it on next month's video to see if we can figure out exactly when it'll open. So from the new Sawyer's restaurant, I'm gonna head back to the car, see if we can head over towards the Hulk Hogan store. Just wanna show you the Alpine coaster. The line can get pretty long here in the summer, back to crowds, as I was mentioning before. If you want to do something like this, the sooner you get out, the less crowd you'll have to deal with. So we made it up to 441, the main parkway from Wares Valley Road. We're going to go straight across the street for all you Hulkamaniacs who want to check out the new Hulk Hogan store. So if you're trying to figure out where this store is, you can go from Wares Valley in the main parkway past the pink Jeep Tours on the right. And it's going to be in this shopping plaza just up here on the left, where the Bible Museum is at the corner. I can see Scooby-Doo Mystery Putt up ahead. We'll check that out next, but let's see if I can get someone to let me in. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Roxy. The Bible Museum, the West by God Pizza, the ever-exciting Dollar Tree, and the new Hulk Hogan wrestling shop. You can see they have this truck covered in Hulk Hogan advertisements, and they have the sign up above now. Let's see if we can go inside and give you a little sneak peek of what the store is like. They're currently unboxing a number of different products right now, so excuse the mess. I'm going to try to highlight a few things that they have in here, and you can see all of the different Hulk Hogan photos that wrap around and the giant ring in the middle. You can see they've got these little Hulk backpacks. Got some Hulkamania bandanas, of course, some different t-shirts, lots of t-shirts I'm noticing getting unpacked in the store here. Got some little toy figures over here. Looks like some other hats over here, and even some other wrestling characters, like I believe John Cena. They also have these hats, which look like they have a Sasquatch on them, which says Hulk Still Rules on his hat with Pigeon Forge Tennessee down on the bottom. They even have a Hogan's Beach Shop Pigeon Forge mug, along with a number of other different mugs, and I see some socks over here, a number of different belts. Some of these are even signed. You've got this motorcycle here with a signed poster, Hulk on the front here. One of the nice things about this store is you can actually see some authentic things that Hulk Hogan has worn or used throughout the years. So we'll have to come back and tell you the story behind this. As Ron was just telling me about, it was used only once in a certain match. Another item they have is one of his boas that he used to wear in wrestling matches. But one item I'm looking forward to seeing the most once it's out on display is a 10-foot statue of Andre the Giant that's going over here probably my most quoted wrestler of all time, not from anything he ever said, wrestling, but from The Princess Bride.
A great gift for Ryan.
Yes, yes. Summertime.
Come in here and get a photo with Andre the Giant, and I'm curious to see what they do with the wrestling ring once they get everything unloaded and hung up in the store. And they also have some nicer belts over here in the corner when you first walk in with a number of different signatures on them. So again, they are working on getting everything unboxed. He said they're hoping to open as soon as they can. So once they're open, we'll come back in and do a more complete tour, perhaps even come back for the grand opening with Hulk Hogan himself. So again, perhaps by the time you watch this, it will be open. We'll try to post up on our Facebook page once they're officially open and ready for guests. If you are a fan of wrestling, you can come over to the Micro Wrestling Arena right by Hulk Hogan's wrestling shop. If it is a very hot or a rainy day, you can come over and watch a micro wrestling show. Let's go across the street and try to answer the question many people are asking, which would be, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Is it gonna open this month? So let me give you a quick look at the new Scooby-Doo mystery putt. Over here to the right, they are working on painting some of the buildings. They've added this little walkway here, and just beyond that, they have some chairs and tables that you can sit at while you're waiting to do some golfing or after you play. I noticed the water tower is down, so they're working on elements of the course, which sounds like it's the biggest holdup at this point in time. As most of the course, the water elements, the lighting is pretty much good to go, and they've made some progress on the building itself. They're putting some final touches on the roof and the siding, but it sounds like they just want to make sure that all of the different characters out on the course are top-notch. They don't want to put something out here that's not going to hold up to the elements. So my guess is once they're able to get the course the way they want it as far as the different characters out on the course, they'll be more comfortable with actually opening it to the public. They could open perhaps just one course, this lower side over here, the purple side, and then open up the orange later. We've got this little cauldron right here, and this is the first time I've noticed this ice cream cone over in the corner. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen this July, but as of right now, it is still a mystery as to when exactly the Scooby-Doo mystery putt will open. It could be in late summer, or it could end up being sometime in late fall. So we'll keep an eye on the course when they're able to open one or both sides. So whenever it opens, even if they just open one side, we'll try to come back, show you what the course is like, which again might be sometime in late summer, or it could end up being pushed to the fall. But whenever it opens, I'll do my best to let you know that you can come over and play the Scooby-Doo mystery putt. Let's get back in the car and keep driving. So let's leave the mountain mile where downtown Flavortown is. See if we can pass by this train and work down the road. We could go straight, and just up on the left is the Truth Traveler, which is now open. We did a video there showing what their VR experience and planetarium is like, so I'll put a link to that down in the pinned comment and the description if you're interested to see what the new Truth Traveler is like, now open in Pigeon Forge. See if we can go down the road past all these stores and the cookie dough monster. A lot of people have been telling us lately how much they like cookie dough monster. It's been a long time since we've been there. We might have to go back and give it a try. Let's turn into the island real quick to see how busy it is. Which the nice thing about coming over to the island, it's completely free to park, and they have a free activity going on this summer. So you can park and walk up here to the island and enjoy their Jurassic adventure throughout the month of July. They have over 20 different dinosaurs that you can walk over here and see. They're completely free. And if you are able to find all of them, you actually get a free island Pigeon Forge little wrist slap bracelet. Let's see if we can go check out a new restaurant. It's not a new restaurant, but it's one that has completely changed over to a whole new look and feel. As we pass by Jake Thomas Road, the Drury Plaza Hotel over here is looking like it's almost complete. And one thing that I noticed is there were these little buildings right here. They actually look gutted when I looked at them the other day. And I think Drury basically perhaps bought them. It was a failed project is my guess. And so it's just part of their parking lot property. Now these little buildings over here to the right, you can see just completely gutted now, and it looks like they have a parking garage that they've completed over here, or actually completing. I see some guys up on the corner, so they're doing some work getting this hotel up and running. I wanted to point out this restaurant on the corner. It's not a new restaurant, but they've completely rebranded. So this was formerly the Corner Diner. It is now Fat Bear Family Tavern. Let's go inside and look at it real quick. So very similar menu to what they had at the Corner Diner, but they've added now 23 TVs. So if you're trying to catch a sports game, we've actually never been here when it was the Corner Diner. We'll have to come back, as they're known for their smash burgers, and they serve breakfast all day long, and they do have a kids menu. Let's drive over and check out what the Old Mill Bridge is looking like, which should be open. So let's take a right on Old Mill Avenue. Actually, before we go over the Old Mill Bridge, I'm going to take a left here and talk about what's going on at Patriot Park. If you're looking for a place to watch fireworks on Independence Day, you can come over here to Patriot Park for their Patriot Festival. It starts off at 2 p.m. on July 4th. There's no cost for admission. They're going to have a concert, kids activities, different food vendors. And it says Patriot Festival guests are welcome to bring lawn chairs and blankets. It says that umbrellas, tents, and coolers are not permitted. They'll have Dylan Scott take the stage at 8:30 p.m. and then the Patriot Festival concludes with a spectacular fireworks display. So if you're looking for a free event on Independence Day, you can come over here to Patriot Park, kicking off at 2. So I figured I'd just go for a walk with you through the Old Mill District real quick to check out the bridge and what's going on over here. Some pretty summer flowers out over here by the fountain. Looks like some people are enjoying some ice cream on this hot day with some different games out here. I'm also kind of curious to see what it looks like with the tree that they cut down over here. So over here by the Old Mill Pottery House Cafe and Grill, one of our favorite places to eat in the area as locals. It looks like they have a tree that they're going to be planting where the old one was over here. This big giant tree that they had to cut down over here in the Old Mill District. And it looks like they took advantage of the bridge being closed and repaved this section of the road right here by the Old Mill restaurant. Let's walk out onto the bridge for my very first time as the Redneck Comedy Bus Tour drives by. They still have this closed down. They used to be able to go down there from the steps to do some fishing. I hope that they're still able to do a canopy of lights over the bridge in the future. I really always enjoyed seeing the Christmas lights over here by the Old Mill. But it's a warm day. What a beautiful day here in the Smokies. I hope you are enjoying this video. If you found it helpful or enjoyable, if you haven't yet, simply liking the video. Again, is such a simple and easy way to support our channel. There's one more place I wanted to check out that I've never been to. It might be right across the road. Oh, what do we got here? An umbrella? It says, duck on nest, please do not disturb. So, oh, yep, there's the duck. Somebody just decided to give the duck an umbrella on the side of the road here on the Old Mill Avenue. Got some tables out front for the funnel cake factory. I'm trying to get across the street for a pizza place. I don't know how old it is, but it's the first time I've heard of it. So I've crossed the street next to the Live Alligator souvenir store. Should be a pizza place right up here by Huck Finn's. So here's a look at the inside. It's called Slice of Sicily Pizza. They're hoping to open sometime in mid-July is what they're aiming for. So they're doing a lot of work on the restaurant here. You can come in, sit down, get a pizza or order something to go. So we'll try to come back once it officially opens and show you everything on the menu here at the new Slice of Sicily pizza. So you can see Slice of Sicily right on this corner with the red and white awning right next to Huck Finn's Catfish Kitchen. If we continue down the road to the right, we'd run into the Cottage, which we recently reviewed. It was the Red Rooster Pancake House. We went inside, checked out everything on their menu, and had an excellent brunch. They're just doing brunch at this point in time, but they're gonna be opening up for dinner from 4 to 10 in the future. So if you want to check out what the Cottage Restaurant is like, we'll put a link to that video down in the pinned comment. Let me get back over to Patriot Park. So I'm not sure when we'll make it to this pizza shop. So if you do end up trying it, come back to the comments and let me know, was it any good when it opens sometime mid-July. As we made it back over to the old mill, I want to point out that there is this new Elkmont winery. Let me go inside and show you what it's like real quick. So you can come in here and sample a number of their different wines. They're open from 12 to 9 every day. They have this little patio I gotta go check out real quick, which I know some people might be sad that the butterfly mural is gone, but this is a great little spot to come and sit and relax, because you can come right up to the rail and enjoy the view of the old mill, the new bridge, and the water down below. This is their second location. I'll show you where their first location is as we go for a walk through Gatlinburg, which I better hurry because it looks like it's getting a little iffy out there with the clouds. There's one last look at the old mill as we cross over the new bridge.
And you can see up on the right, the Pigeon Forge Racing Coaster did officially open. We've done 2 videos here, so if you'd like to see what the Pigeon Forge Racing Coaster is like, we'll put a link to that down in the pinned comment.
So I just parked the car back at Herbert Holt Park. I'm gonna take you for a walk from one end of Gatlinburg all the way to the other and see what else we can find. So it's overcast and it's a little bit warm. It's been much warmer in the previous days, so I'm excited to go for a little walk with you. Let's cross the street here at the Heirloom Room, see what's going on at Hillbilly Golf. One thing that's nice about Hillbilly Golf is there is lots of shade when you take the ride up to the top. Looks like they added a new sign to the Pizzeria, Brazilian style pizzeria. Always had a good experience there. You gotta go there nice and hungry though. Lots of food. You can see there's one lane that's completely open right now. When it is Independence Day, this will be very hard to get down. It's bumper to bumper, very slow. I'm gonna talk about the parade when we get up to this corner. But first I wanna highlight what Speedwerkz recently opened up right here on the side. It costs $20 and you get 10 minutes on this racing simulator. You'd be driving an F1 race car. So if you just saw the F1 movie with Brad Pitt and you want to come in here and see what it's like to drive an F1 vehicle, you can now do that. Again, 20 bucks will get you 10 minutes in the seat. And you might see a Speedwerkz car in the Independence Day parade, the midnight parade. It starts right down the road here. It's actually their 50th 4th of July midnight parade. It starts at 12:01 on July 4th. So you need to be out here the night of the 3rd to get a seat. It's gonna start right down the road here at Baskin Creek Bypass, and it's gonna take this turn and it will go all the way down to light number 10. So if you are anywhere along the path between here and light number 10, you'll be able to watch the parade as it goes by. I would say you'd want to be out here at a spot by 11 p.m. on the 3rd. A lot of these city parking garages, like this one across the street, that's $10 for the day, will fill up earlier into the night, as early as 10, even 9 o'clock. You might not be able to find a parking space. You might need to be down the road a little bit or pay a bit more. But again, it kicks off right after midnight down the street. So the further down the road you are, hello, you will have to wait a little bit longer to start seeing the parade. If you have little ones that are tired, I would try to stay closer to the beginning of the parade over here versus it's going to take a good 30 minutes for the parade to get down to you if you're down by traffic light 10. So just a little tip if you're coming to watch the parade. If you can't watch the parade, we'll do our best to film the entire parade, and I'll put down in the pinned comment so you can watch it on your own time from the comfort of your home. And across the street you have Anakeesta. They are continuing their United Taste of America festival throughout the month of July. We recently went up and checked out all of the new food for the festival and their tasting card that they have showing you how it works and what are the best things to get with that tasting card. You can check out that video down in the pinned comment as well. Next, I wanted to bring you over to Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies so you can see what they are adding to the aquarium this month. As we made it up to the Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies in this plaza, typically you go right into this door to enter. What I wanted to point out is there used to be a Gatlinburg Welcome Center right here. This is what they are working on. They're gonna have a brand new dragons exhibit, which will have a number of reptiles. They're currently working hard on getting the new dragons exhibit kicked off, which they're aiming for Saturday the 28th. So hopefully throughout the month of July, you'll be able to come over to what was a little welcome center area, will be the new dragons exhibit. I'm excited to come back here. Micah really enjoys this aquarium. We'll try to do an updated tour of the aquarium once that opens up. Before we start walking the street, I also want to point out that there are a number of artists out throughout the month of July during the Smoky Mountains Tunes and Tales. So as you're walking the street, you might come around a corner and find some live musicians in the evening. So we made it up to the main parkway, walking alongside the Mountain Mall, which is another great place to help escape the heat or rain if you're encountering that this July. I think I want to go for a quick little walk over to the village. I just haven't been back to the village in a while. I'm curious how it's decorated right now. Got some red, white, and blue on the poles next to Old Smoky Candy Kitchen. Got it decorated in the window with a little summer theme. It looks like we have lots of American flags out here at the village. I actually want to go over to this Showcase Sports, which I have showcased on a previous month's video, but it looks like they finally opened up the upstairs. So we've checked out the first floor before. I want to go see what is upstairs real quick. A couple flags, bobbleheads, and some other sports things up here, including what looks like the back of a seat, maybe from Candlestick, is just a guess, as you have Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Steve Young. Looks like I was right. Candlestick Park. And this one's just Joe Montana. $1,600. You can take home.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Hold on, Siri. I'm doing a video. You can take home a piece of Candlestick Park. I'm honestly just taking advantage of their air conditioning too, because it's hot out there. All right, let's keep going. It actually seems just a little bit cooler as you walk in the shops back here in the village. All the concrete everywhere, a little bit of shade. Let's keep walking down the road, see if we can see an update on a store they're working on. As we go by Earthquake, The Ride, and Fanny Farkles. Should be getting closer to what I'm looking for up on the left here, which would be the Goo Goo Clusters chocolate store. They made some progress on the outside. Looks like they have the counter, cash register, and a number of Goo Goo Clusters out on display on the right here. So I'm not sure exactly when they'll open up, but it should be any day now that you can go inside and get different type of Goo Goo Cluster. So Independence Day can be a pretty busy day here in Gatlinburg, as they have that midnight parade in the very beginning hours of the morning. And then as the day goes on, you're able to see fireworks and a drone show here at the Space Needle. So if you can see the Space Needle, you'll be able to see Independence Day fireworks. The drone show kicks off at 9:50. It lasts about 10 minutes. It has 12 different scenes that they'll have, and then fireworks will start kicking off at the Space Needle right at 10 o'clock. And this is actually the winery that we visited over by the old mill. This is their first location. We were checking out their second location over by the old mill. Let's keep walking up to the convention center is where I wanted to head to next. Again, if you missed it, Myron Mixon Barbecue Co. is open. That replaced Crawdaddy's. We had some really good barbecue. Love their barbecue sauce. I'm gonna have to go back and just pick up some barbecue sauce for when I do some barbecuing at home. We've got Sky Park. I think I saw that they're adding something to their Smoky Mountain Smash burgers. It looked like a way to get some draft beer or something up top. I'll have to head up with Bree in a future video and see what they're working on up at their restaurant. As I just crossed the street from the Space Needle, you have the Crazy Mason Milkshake Bar Gatlinburg. Here is a look at their July special. So if you're looking for something to keep you awake for the midnight 4th of July parade, that might be an option. Or you could just head over here to Starbucks and get a coffee. I might have to do that. I might need coffee for Independence Day. It's a late night, but I'll take that over a middle of the day parade where it is super hot. So I'll have to get some form of coffee or something. So we made it up to the convention center. I want to point out they have the Gatlinburg Craftsman's Fair from July 11th through July 20th. It's $10 and it has a free multi-pass upgrade. So you can pay the $10 if you're here throughout those days. It says kids 17 and under are free with a paid adult. And in addition to the Craftsman's Fair, they also have a Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Conference on Saturday, July 26th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. So if you want to go here and see all things Bigfoot at a conference, if you're going to be here in Gatlinburg, July 26th, you can head over here to the convention center. Another place you can get some caffeine if you need to stay up for a midnight parade or just need to get going in the morning is the Coffee Syndicate, which is a new little coffee shop back here. I actually haven't been inside since they've opened it. So I missed them today as they closed down at 4, but they're open at 9 a.m. every day and have a number of different espressos, lattes, and some different snacks that you can get. One of the reasons I came back to the Coffee Syndicate is I wanted to point out they're working on a speakeasy called Alibi. They're hoping to have it opened by the end of July. She told me that you'll be able to enter Alibi through the coffee shop, that it's technically on the other side of the building, but that'll be kind of cool if it is a way that you kind of like sneak in to the Alibi Speakeasy thing as far as the entrance. So I'll try to come back on next month's video to give you a look at what Alibi is like. Maybe we'll come back, Bree and I, and kind of give you a rundown of everything on their menu. And they cross the street from Howard's and head over towards Ober Mountain. I wanted to highlight a way that you can get free food if you come to Ober Mountain this July. So you can see this big screen that they've added up here highlighting their scenic deck, which is also where you take off from their cloud catcher zip line. We did a video on that. It's an incredible experience, a really great zip line in the area. But they have a festival going on at Ober, which is Ober Mountain's Whole Hog Barbecue. Dinner is served every night from 5 to 7. So if you do pay for admission and you're up at the top at Ober Mountain from 5 to 7 each evening, you can enjoy a mountaintop picnic dinner featuring either your choice of barbecue sandwich, hamburger, or hot dog. Again, that's included with admission. In addition to the food you get with admission, they also have live bluegrass, inflatable play zones, lawn games, outdoor family movie nights. I just remembered I was thinking about driving over to Tuckaleechee Caverns, which is about 45-minute drive from here over into Townsend. I think I'm gonna get home, but I wanted to make sure you knew that's a great option if you're looking for a cool place in the summertime this July. You can head over to Tuckaleechee Caverns. They actually have a seismic monitoring station that monitors earthquakes worldwide, which we recently had an earthquake. So if you're looking for something cool to do this July. But that's gonna wrap up our look at what's new for the month of July in the Smokies. I hope this video has been helpful or enjoyable. Again, if it has been, just simply like it and let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to the most? Either that's already open or that's going to be opening soon. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.